Hi friends, welcome back to Pharmamitra channel. Today we are dealing with the tips and tricks part 4, the continuation of the preparation for the competitive exam. This is the Pharmamitra YouTube channel link. You can go through this link to get the previous section for the competitive exam. Today we are dealing with the subject pharmaceutics. Let's start the journey together. Today, first of all, we are discussing on the proportions required for a primary emulsion. This is a repeatedly asked question for the competitive exam. For this question, we want to know what is the oil is to water is to gum ratio for each and every oil. These are the four oils that are asked in the exams. So we want to know the ratio. For memorizing this, I am giving a tip. The water is to gum ratio is same for all. You just go through these numbers. The water is to gum ratio, that is 2 is to 1, is same for all. So we got a confusing question if you get this question. So for memorizing this, we can study from the down portion, that is 1, then volatile oil, then mineral oil and fixed oil. That is for oleoresins, that is 1, for the volatile oil, that is 2, and for the mineral oil, that is 3, and the fixed oil 4. So we can memorize that. For the oleoresin, the ratio is 1 is to 2 is to 1. For the volatile oil, 2 is to 2 is to 1. And the mineral oil, 3 is to 2 is to 1. And finally, the fixed oil, 4 is to 2 is to 1. I think you got the memorizing tip. Keep it in mind and we can go for the next question. You all are confused when you get a question like this. If span 20, span 60, span 40 like that, you got confused. 20 is what, 40 is what, 60 is what. For this, I am giving you a tip because you just go through this number. That is, you want to memorize this code LPSO. L means laurate, P means palmitate, S means stearate, and O means oleate. And as I already discussed, we are moving from the increasing order. If laurate 20, if the polymer end with palmitate, it denotes 40, and stearate 60, and for oleate 80. So memorize LPSO 20, 40, 60, and 80. So we can go for an example. The question asks maybe span 20. We already studied that 20 ends with the word laurate. So we can go for the options. If the laurate option is there, we can go for the answer as laurate. Span 20 means S. S denote sorbitan. Span 20 is sorbitan monolaurate. Another example, we can see this tips in this also. All this number we can keep in mind for twin 80. 80 means end with oleate. So we can go through the tip. If it is end with oleate, that is 80. Twin 80 means polyoxyethylene sorbitan monoleate. Next, we can go through the storage temperature. Sometime we get confused. What is the temperature and condition for that? For cold temperature, the temperature is between 2 to 8 degrees Celsius. Cool temperature 8 to 25 degrees Celsius. Room temperature means prevailing to the working area. Warm temperature between 30 to 40 degrees Celsius. And excessive heat means greater than 40 degrees Celsius. Next question we want to confuse is, if we ask for the type of glass used in the pharmaceutical industry and we get four options: type 1, type 2, type 3 and type 4. So we want to thorough with what is type 1, 2, 3 and 4. So the tips for each glass is given in the slide. First one, type 1 glass, it is a neutral glass. It is highly resistant borosilicate glass and it is used for the buffered and unbuffered aqueous solution. Whereas type 2 glass is highly resistant soda lime glass. Note that type 1 highly resistant type borosilicate, whereas type 2 is highly resistant soda lime glass. That is, here suitable surface treatment is done for make it soda lime glass, and buffered aqueous solution below pH 7 is suitable for type 2 glass. So if a question asks for which glass category needs the suitable surface treatment, that is type 2 glass. Going to the type 3 glass. Type 3 glass is moderately resistant soda lime glass and used for dry powder and oily solution. The type 4 glass is non-parental use type. It is a general purpose soda lime glass. It is not used for parental, that is type 4 non-parental. It is used for tablet, liquid oral and externals. Next, we are moving to the very important topic, that is deal with the tablet and capsule. We get one or two questions from the competitive exam from this part, and for reference, you can go for the Theory and Practice of Pharmacy by Leon Lackman for further reference. This topic is very important in the perspective of competitive exam. First one, picking and sticking. This is a regular asked question. For your tip, if you have any confusion, the picking related with the punch phase. So if any option related to the punch phase, you can go for the option punch phase. That is, picking occurs, it's a specific type of sticking itself, that is the particles stick within the letters and logo on the face of compression tooling. That is, due to the specific type of sticking, the particle stick to the punch face. That is simply picking and showing a picking appearance on the tablet surface. This is mostly caused by the overwetting of the tablet, underdrying, or poor tablet quality. Sticking means two terms related are repeatedly asking. First one, picking related to the punch face, whereas sticking, here the tablet adhere to the die wall. Remedy is that in this too, the reduction in the liquid application rate or increase in the drying air temperature may prevent this condition. So, not picking related to the punch surface and sticking to the die wall. Next is color variation. Color variation means that is problem caused by the processing condition of the formulation, that may be due to the improper mixing, uneven spray pattern and insufficient coating. For this, remedy is that you can use the leak dyes, which will eliminate the dye migration, and a reformulation with a different plasticizer and not much important. Next problem is the twinning, that is a term for two tablets that stick together. It is a common problem with the capsule shaped tablet, that is two tablets stick together, that is twinning. We can remedy is by balancing the pan speed and spray rate and radius. Next is also an important term asked for the exam, that is orange peel effect. That is, it is a coating texture that resembles a surface of an orange. That is, due to the inadequate spreading of the coating solution before drying, causing a bumpy or orange peel effect. That is, due to the inadequate spreading, the surface will show a bumpy or orange peel effect. The remedy is that we can tint the solution with an additional solvent. This will correct this problem. Next is motile color. That is the unequal distribution of color. That is simply mottling. That is unequal distribution of color, which will produce a mottling experience. This can happen when the coating solution is improperly prepared. Next is also very important in the competitive exam, that is the capping and lamination. And capping means the partial or complete separation of the top and bottom crowns of the tablet main body. That is the capping. That is, the upper or lower segment of the tablet separate horizontally, either partly or completely, and comes off as a cap. The reason is that due to the air entrapment in a compact during compression. that may result in capping. Whereas lamination means the tablet separates in a laminar fashion or into two or more separate layers. That is simply lamination is the separation into the laminar fashion or into more distinct layers. The friability test can be used to reveal this type of problem. So be careful not to over dry the tablets in the preheating stage, and that make the tablet brittle and promote capping. Next is hazing or dull film, that is sometimes called as bloom, and it can occur when the processing temperature is used for a particular, that is too much temperature may result in this hazing or dull film or blooming. And dulling is a particularly evident when cellulosic polymers are applied out of the aqueous medium at high processing temperature. It can also occur if the coated tablets are exposed to high humidity condition. That is, this hazing, dull film, and dulling all occurs if excess temperature are produced, that may result in hazing, dull film, as well as bloom. Next is bridging. Bridging occurs when the coating fills in the lettering or logo on the tablet, and typically caused by the improper application. That is, if the solution is properly applied, that may result in the bridging, or maybe due to the poor design of the tablet. And high coating viscose tablet may also produce an high percentage of solvent in the solution or improper atomization. These are the causes for the bridging and may result in a bisecting or bridging on the surface. And this defect can be so severe if there is a monogram. Remedy is that we can increase the plasticizer content, or we can change the plasticizer, can decrease the incidence of bridging. Next is the peeling and frosting. This is a defect where the coating peels away from the tablet surface in a sheet. And peeling indicates the coating solution did not lock into the tablet surface. This defect is due to the overwetting or high moisture content in the coat. Chipping. Chipping means the breaking of the tablet edges. That is chipping. That is simply if the tablet edge is broken, we can tell it the tablet is chipped. While the tablet leaves the press or during the subsequent handling and coating operation. This may be due to the incorrect machine setting, especially misset ejection takeoff happen here. Blistering. Blistering means when the coated tablet require further drying in oven, too rapid evaporation may occur. This may result in blistering. That is, high temperature on the strength, elasticity and adhesion of the film may result in blistering. That is, if the coated tablet is kept in oven for too much time, that is, at too much high temperature may result in blistering. We can prevent by milder drying condition. Cracking. That is, if the internal stress in the film is so high compared to the tensile strength of the film, that may result in a cracked product. Remedy is that tensile strength of the film can be increased by using high molecular weight polymers or polymer blend. Finally, I am with the sucrose based diluent proportion. You memorize this dye pack, nu tab and sugar tab concentration that may ask in the competitive exam. All the sucrose based diluent, higher concentration is for sucrose, that is I am given in the descending order sense. For dye pack, it comprises first component is sucrose and second component is dextrose, so the name dye pack. It includes the 97% sucrose and 3% modified dextrose. Whereas in nu tab, that is here we include an invert sugar. That is, the composition include the 95% sucrose plus 4% invert sugar. In sugar tab, the same composition is there, but we increase the nu tab concentration. That is, 90 to 93% sucrose, but we increase the inward sugar concentration to 7 to 10% inward sugar, so become the sugar tab product. So please note this new tab and sugar tab slight variations are there. If the inward sugar concentration increase to 7 to 10%, that may become sugar tab. By this we come to the end of this session. I hope this session is helpful for you. Please go through each and every slide and make tips for the competitive exam. If you like this slide, please like, comment in the comment box, subscribe if you are not subscribers till now, and enable the bell button to get the further notification. Thank you for the watching. Thank you once again.